Well, I don't know. I really can't see much of it right there. But I built that house by myself. Cut the trees down. I got a contract from the forestry department. I had to make a few calls to find out, what programs they had, and they have a timber sale program because they've got millions of acres. This is across the country too, not just here. I'm in Colorado, and I got my trees out of the Rio Grande National Forest. But I got 219 trees for $567. I just had to cut them down, and then I have a sawmill. Bring them here. The spot's about, I don't know. It's a good hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from here to go to this place if you take the short route. And I bet you I haven't taken 30 trees out, and I built a whole house out of it. So this is my last year with the contract, and I need to be done. So whatever else I need to build or want to build, I at least have to cut down those logs and have them out by the end of December. So I overlook this. This is the Rio Grande River. Now it is very low. I mean, it's very low. You can walk right across it. It's in some places it's just ankle deep. Right through there, that's ankle deep, really. Very, very, very low. Part of that is because they divert, incoming rivers that come into this, that feed this. Like, for instance, the Conejos, the Alamosa River, all these rivers feed the Rio Grande. But they do a lot of surface irrigation here. They have water rights and surface irrigation. And so they use that water for raising crops, and they do just open field irrigation, which is the most wasteful type of irrigation, but they do it. And it gets to be less and less each year too, by the way. They're having groundwater issues around here and have had for years. But the problem is that they take all that water out of the Rio Grande. And right now, in portions of, I want to say Albuquerque, which is not that far from me, 170 miles south, that it's already dry in portions there, this river. So it doesn't surprise me. It's very low, unbelievably low. You get a lot of wildlife around here, mostly ducks and geese. Of course, there's beaver in the river. There's a lot of fish in the river. It's a very, very alive river. Beautiful place. I mean, this is just sitting here at the end of my property, the corner. I need to build a set of stairs down, which I'm going to do. Oh, there's a better spot over here on my property. But this is the corner of my property. My neighbor's line goes about out to the middle of the river and then all the way up. He's from Albuquerque, got a wife and 5 kids, young guy. I believe they are thinking that this is the place for them to come to survive after they start dropping the bombs. It might be. I came because of the river. I thought what would happen is that I would be able to generate electricity because I'm a journeyman lineman and retired now, but I thought that I would be able to generate electricity out of the river. But I mean, I might be able to, because there's that one spot down there where it all necks in, and there's always a good flow right there. So I could probably make something that would float there with a wheel in it, but I just don't know if it's fast enough. I just don't know if it flows fast enough to create and has enough oomph to create enough electricity, because I had initially expected to create three-phase, so I would be set for in a real good, and I'd just be in a real good place, you know. With three-phase, are you kidding me? Because then I could have separate phases going to separate buildings. You know, one to feed all my sheds, one to feed, you know, my barn, and one to feed the house. You know, but that's not how it worked out. There's no way. I don't really believe that I'll be able to make electricity out of that water. So I went solar, and I have no problems. I mean, it's not the three-phase. It's not what you would get from a generator. It's certainly not a three-phase water wheel. But what am I going to do? I can't place it down there where I'd like to place it in that narrow spot, because that's not my property. You know, now the only thing I can do is I can build something that would float, like take a flat bottom boat, cut the center of it out, and put a big water wheel in it, or some type of wheel. It could be just gears and chains and paddles, and then they would rotate down and up along the top and back, so you could do it without it being a wheel. It's something that could be engineered, and the benefit of that is you could cover the boat over, so that there would be nobody rain. The wind has picked up. I come out here and sit. I like to sit. I like to watch the wind in the grass. I like to watch the billows. That's what I love. It's a peaceful place, man. This is a peaceful place. I don't owe anybody a goddamn thing. I paid for this place. It's paid for. Taxes are pretty low. I mean, there's still stuff that's expensive stuff that I need to do that I haven't been able to do yet, which is get a well. I have to haul water. I haul about 300 gallons at a time, but I need a well, and I don't have a well. And why don't I have a well? Well, because when I retired, it took my money. I paid my ex-wife's house off for their kids, so the kids would have no debt. She's just about 70. She's 68, I think, and I'm 65. And neither one of us are going to last that long. So she's 88, 82 pounds, 83 pounds. She's Jesus Christ, man, pretty small. I hope she hangs in there, but anyway, that's the way that goes. It's a beautiful place out here. I don't owe anybody money on it. I pay my taxes. I mind my own business. It's not heaven on earth, because, you know, I'm out here by myself. You know, you can be in the worst place on earth, but if you have a mate with you, a partner and shit, then, you know, then it's somehow it's not so bad, you know. And so likewise, you can be in the best place on earth, but if you're by yourself, you know, and you ain't got anybody to share it with, then you know, that's got its own kind of a tragic sadness to it, man. You know, there was a guy that died in Alaska, very famous. They made a movie about it. He starved to death in this bus up there, and he had written in the margins of the books that he had notes and stuff. And one of the notes he had written in the margin was, "If there's nobody here to experience it with you," this is paraphrasing, you know, happiness doesn't exist if you're by yourself. You know, it's like if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody around to hear it, does it really make a sound? You know, if you're by yourself, and no matter how wonderful the place is, if you have nobody to share it with, then it's really the sharing type of thing. Companionship, I think, is is important. So, it's a life lesson. It's definitely a life lesson. We'll see how it plays out.